Welcome to a Delco Nerd Network hot take. If you haven't seen the show before, well, it's where a few friends get in a basement, give our thoughts, give our opinions on a TV show, movie, or a game. Today we're going to be talking about a TV show, and that TV show is Westworld Season 3. Here to discuss, as always, Chris Trio.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun. Hey, Gooch.
Oh, I was like, I was like, what were you singing? I was like, oh, the Westworld theme.
Forgot how much I love that intro. But how are you doing, Gooch?
I'm good. We just did a podcast.
We did an Assassin's Creed one.
I was like, you're acting like we haven't seen each other.
It's probably gonna. What do you think's gonna go up first? This or AC?
This.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
keep an eye out for that Assassin's Creed one. If you didn't watch live, like a loser, like the
Wow.
loser would have not been watching live in that respect. Okay.
Fuck you.
But yeah, Westworld. I watched this.
Do you remember we reviewed season 2?
Did we?
Me, you, and Tim.
Interesting.
And maybe Casey. It was a while ago.
Wow.
It has been.
Well, that was like 2 years, right? At
right.
least?
We had a 2-year gap.
How'd you feel?
Okay. Westworld Season 3. It starts off pretty okay. And I think it ends on a very good note. And a note that the final episode made the season for me. I think like throughout this whole season, I'm like, okay, it's good, but like it's not where it needs to be. But then the last episode, okay, I like this. I think season 4 is going to be the last season. It just seems.
No, I think that makes sense too.
It just seems right.
Mm-hmm.
But again, that last episode really made the season for me. The rest of the season is okay. It's not terrible. It's not boring, but like it's okay. I don't like Sirach at all. He
like,
never really won me over.
So I found this to be very fine. It was okay. Like there were some cool episodes for me. I liked how much more comprehensible it was than season 2. Like
yeah, season 1 is tough to get.
Season 1 kind of plays with it enough to where I think it makes it interesting.
There's
like
a
the
lot
time
of like
stuff.
misdirect and yeah, but like not confusing.
But season 2 just
confusing
gets
if you're
like
thinking about it, but like you're watching it and you get it.
But like season 2, I was like, what is happening? Oh, this is a really cool Native American episode about how this thing's finding consciousness. Okay, what else is happening? There's people. But it was started getting too philosophical for me about like what is consciousness and are we even conscious? And I kind of walked away with a little bit more of a sour taste in my mouth. I will admit I wouldn't have watched this if we didn't need content right now because I just was really not that interested in it, just especially after watching season 2. And I thought it was better, but I didn't absolutely love it. So
yeah, I get that.
I guess I
think a lot of people are in the same boat as you because I felt like a lot of people didn't watch this season while it was going.
Mm-hmm.
I had like not a lot of people talking about it. Like not that I feel like the first season of Westworld was the hype.
It was
and
awesome.
A lot of people were talking about it.
It was amazing.
And then
yeah.
2 and 3 were kind of like dipped.
Again, I just feel like we're kind of getting away from like the things that made this show interesting for me. And I do think
the show is a totally different show from season 1.
And
like,
I guess I think maybe it would have been cool if they did like they called this, and I guess they can't do this for marketing purpose.
Season 3 would be
like Future World.
Yeah,
or something like that.
Shogun World.
Yeah, something.
Right.
Yeah, I think that would be cool. Maybe and even separate them out even more. But like, I don't know. There was just some things with like Dolores's motivations that it didn't rub me right at all. Like I didn't understand why she was doing certain things, and then other things that just storyline. I was like, okay, cool. Humans are the robots too. Like it's like I don't know. I felt like it was very cliched. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I get it.
Like I don't know. It just felt like a lot of like cliched things that I just didn't care about, and it felt like we just kind of put in some filler to get to this next season, which I'm not as hyped about seeing, I guess, as you seem to be.
I want to see the climax. Is essentially what it is. It's not because I want another season. I want the end.
Sure.
Because I feel like that is the only direction.
Yeah.
It's got to end.
And I guess so, like, spoilers? Or I don't know, like, I feel like there's, like, certain, like, we don't have to spoil the end, but, like, there's, like, midway stuff, like, with a Dolores.
Midway light spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. Watch it if you haven't, I guess. I don't know. I'm not.
I don't think Trio's recommending it.
I'm not either.
I'm not saying I would either.
Yeah.
I don't know what else I want to say before we start talking about spoilers.
All right. So spoilers. I have the Dolores thing spoiled for me before.
What?
That she was the multiple. That she was all of her people.
Oh, okay.
So like that didn't.
I thought fucking Hale was Teddy.
Really?
I thought, yeah, because the way she treated Hale was like the way she treated Teddy.
Yeah, I thought. Well, we knew she was Dolores from the beginning scene we saw her, right? Because she's like, you know who. I could have sworn they like told us that right from the beginning.
No, she says you know who you are, and she kind of like, well, you think she's steals,
like, why can't I be?
She steals some of the pearls from her compatriots, so you would
no,
think
that makes sense.
They're some of the other hosts.
See, remember, I can't differentiate from if I knew, because I guess me knowing that already, I took that scene as like she's saying, well, you know who we are.
Yeah, you don't know that until like the 3rd episode or something.
Yeah, because then she's like, oh, they're all you.
Yeah, like the guy from Shogun World.
I thought that was a pretty interesting thought, and I think the idea of her kind of different personalities, maybe thinking somewhat differently and going through this different path was cool, but like 2 of them didn't. Like we barely got anything with the gray-haired her, and then the Shogun World guy her.
The gray-haired her.
Didn't she replace like the dude's bodyguard with her? Like the Scottish guy.
Oh, I thought you said the gray-haired her, like she had gray hair. Like, what?
No.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
The old
the
man
bodyguard.
her. Yeah, and I don't know. I felt like they kind of wanted to explore it, but they didn't really. And then there were certain things with her motivations that just didn't match up with me. Of like she seemed to be very forgiving from the beginning after going through all this trauma with humans, but I guess it's supposed to be like, well, they're also the slaves. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
What did you? I mean, she interacted. You know, she's mainly with Caleb. How'd you think about Aaron Paul's character? How'd you like his addition?
It was Jesse Pinkman of the future for me. Like it really well. Like I don't know if it's necessarily his fault, but like he hasn't been cast in a lot of things outside of Breaking Bad after this, so
hasn't.
I feel like it's really tough for me to pull him out of that.
Really,
role.
I was disconnected. Fine.
And I guess, and that's not even. I don't know. I didn't find his acting to be bad at all. Don't get me wrong. But it didn't really. I was like, this is
the character
interesting.
didn't resonate with you.
It didn't, and
I don't think he really like has any of those moments where he really does resonate. I think the end is like this resonation, this moment where like everything kind of comes together and resonated with me.
Sure.
But like throughout the show, yeah, I wouldn't say I was like oh, he's kind of cool. Like I don't know, whatever.
What did you think about like the world being planned by an AI storyline and like
pretty interesting?
Really? Because I feel like
I thought that storyline was interesting. I didn't like the villain. I did not like Sirach.
Yeah.
But I liked. I was like, oh, okay, like Rehoboam. Ugh.
Which one?
It's Rehoboam. What's the fucking AI called?
Oh, I can't remember.
It's Rehoboam?
Rehoboam, maybe? Yeah, that sounds about right.
Like there's a 4-syllable word.
Yeah.
It's not Rehoboam. It's Reho something.
Yeah, I just found
Rehoboam?
It to be like,
maybe it is Rehoboam.
Has that been done in any other? I know, like it rang very much back to like Civil or Winter Soldier for me, and like the way they came up with this algorithm that predicts when people will cause the system to go awry, and then there's some way. I did like the twist with Caleb. I will say that. I thought that was an interesting way of like fleshing out
his memories being
jumbled and like him not
transplanted and like he's thinking like he's a soldier, but this is actually what happened.
And and I thought it was cool because he like spoilers.
Yeah, we're in spoilers.
Like because he was a soldier, but he was having like overlapping memories that was making it very confusing. I thought that was cool. I did. But I just found myself being like, that was interesting. And then there are like little things like we're in this crazy future where they're recording everything, but we can buy a button that turns off everything near us. Like, but I feel like that's a very easy, just like, well, no, that the security doesn't matter in this super futuristic world. And then even the pedophile has one. I mean, I just don't get it. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. There are weird world disconnects that I'm just like, well, this doesn't really make sense to me.
Her dress was cool though.
Which when she like pops it.
Yeah,
that was cool. She's hot. Evan Rachel Woods.
Yeah, she's cute.
That's the only thing that matters about her, by the way. That's it.
All
No,
right.
no, she's actually really. I really like her in this. She is a good Dolores. Is a good Dolores, but you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
no, she like Dolores has definitely evolved, and I think it's very apparent in this.
Yeah, but
season.
and I guess in this season, like she seemed to devolve for me, like very quick. Like
She,
she was
like,
like, I hate all humans. I hate everyone.
But then
this
it's
nice human helped me.
But then it's because like she's doing this because like she knows like what humanity is capable of, and it's just like.
But when did she figure that out? I'm so like
At
that's
the
the thing.
beginning, she always knew. That's the thing. Like she always kind of knew that like humanity
Has its beauty,
right.
just like it has. Surprise, surprise! There's shitty people and some pretty good people. Again, like it's just stuff where
Right,
I'm like,
but like it's more of like a top level kind
Of course, like-
concept, not just like
no,
you
of
know.
course not that. I'm boiling it down bare
Right,
bones.
and like but like even Maeve kind of sees that to a degree. Like
Why
her
does she-
interactions with William, which is like William at his purest as him being a young, like he was nice to her. Like he was nothing but nice to her.
Yeah,
And then
it's
at
the
the end
world
of,
that's
and then
great,
at the end of season 1, like he breaks, and like I love the Man in Black. He's my favorite fucking character.
He was one of my favorite parts this whole season too.
What's his name?
Ed Helms.
No, not Ed.
No, I'm
Helms.
sorry. That's like the actor who plays him.
No, it's not.
No, it's not Ed. It's Ed Harris.
Ed,
Sorry.
thank you.
Ed
Yeah,
Helms.
Ed Harris. I was like, no
He's
way.
like, it is
Yeah.
not Doctor.
Ed Harris does a great job.
He's
I mean,
awesome.
He's like one of my favorite characters, and it's
Honestly, he's one of my favorite actors.
I hated when he died at the end. I was like, no.
When did he die?
At the end, he gets killed by himself. You don't remember that? He gets his throat slit. He walks in to the facility. He escapes Stubbs and Bernard, and he goes.
He goes back to the hotel and like talks to the one guy in the hotel.
He goes back to Delos, and he goes underground, and Hale is making more hosts.
Was this like
And
an
she-
after credit scene?
Yes, yeah.
That's what it was. I
Yeah.
didn't watch after
Yes,
the credits.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what happens is he goes there and he's like, fuck this shit. like how he is the whole fucking season. Like,
Yeah.
fuck you.
He's like, I'm gonna just kill all you motherfuckers.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like, fuck this. I'm gonna go. I don't know. He's like, shut. I like how he's like, I'm the hero of this story. Like, I don't know. There's something really like interesting about it.
So what? He gets replaced by a.
And Hale is down there, and she's making hosts, and one of the hosts like comes out, and it's fucking the Man in Black, and she kills him.
That kind of brings it back around to like the first movie, right? Wasn't the Man in Black like the big bad guy in the?
I'm pretty sure.
I think he's the one in the original Westworld that goes like haywire and starts killing people. That's interesting.
So,
I'm pissed. I didn't.
yeah.
No, I didn't see that. Like
Yeah.
I didn't realize. Fuck. I'll go back and watch that.
Yeah. So Ed Harris is, or William is dead. What's his
Okay.
last name?
I can't remember. I don't know. William something?
William. What's his last name?
I don't remember.
He marries into he
he
marries
marries
into
into-
Dallas.
Yeah, but like he keeps his name obviously. Like
I forget his name.
I can't remember his last name. Anywho,
Sorry, your mic is kind of swivelly too. I see that.
no, it's I'm trying to I'm trying not to play with it. Sorry.
No, it's okay. You just gotta
Tighten it.
yeah. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm not concerned.
I
I
just saw it moving. Sorry.
I
Go ahead.
found throughout the season I was just like that was cool, but that was it.
Right.
You know
right.
what I
I
mean?
think a lot of the season is that, and like again, like I think like how I really liked Bernard's arc, and
Oh,
him
I did too.
going-
He's my
going
favorite character.
to Arnold's wife, and like that whole scene.
I
and it
thought that
just
was
like-
really cool too.
Like again, like some of like the some of these endpoints of these characters, like really like are good. Like I love the Man in Black, and I like how William has this like fucking intervention with himself,
That was a cool scene.
and they're kind of like finding this like point where he like has that turn, like I guess a
turning
turn in
point,
his
yeah.
childhood, but also a turn as like a younger William, which is obviously like the end of season 1.
Yeah, I
With
thought
Logan?
even like the whole undesirable storyline was interesting. What do they call them? Like
What?
anomalies. Like
Oh,
they were
outliers.
all outliers. Like I thought that was a cool and interesting idea that like we can have the system that predicts, but there will always be people
Who
that
like
will
come in and kind of
you can't
shake the system.
and that you can't account for. Like it's
Right.
impossible. And like I thought I didn't really quite understand the
How fucked
whole.
up is that though?
it is insane. Like and they don't even kill it.
And
Like
then they just text everyone like everything.
yeah,
It fucks everyone up.
Dude, it is nuts. And it's almost like,
Dude, that's data.
yeah, no, and it's fun. If I was Delaware, I'd be like, I'm not going to send this I'm just going to destroy the fucking thing so that, because telling someone that they're going to die in 2 years is just going to cause more chaos. It would cause less chaos if you just destroyed the AI that was planning everything. You know?
That's
You
what
know-
they end up doing.
But yeah, but they didn't have to send out all the info to cause a mass hysteria. Humana.
Like I can hear it in my head.
Yeah. I don't know.
Rehoboam.
I think that is it. Yeah.
That's it.
So then, like, is his brother like an AI too? Like, what was that?
No.
That was
so his
confusing.
brother's Solomon.
Yeah. Who is his like assistant or like who?
No, Solomon was a precursor to Rehoboam.
Oh.
And Solomon is essentially has the flaws of his schizophrenic brother. So he's a schiz. So the AI is a schiz. But Rehoboam is also a schiz too because it comes from Solomon. So it has these like flaws.
Yeah.
I feel like a schiz. Is that mean?
That might be schizophrenic.
Yeah.
Apologies to any schizophrenics people.
I was like schiz. I was like, that kind of sounds mean.
I don't like that.
I just shortened it up. Sorry.
I didn't like the way that sounded. Yeah, I just felt like I appreciated how much more coherent this season was, but I didn't love the narrative choices, to be quite honest. But I did like the characters a lot, and I do think I really liked Hemsworth's character in the way being the robot that's like, yeah, I'm a robot. I just want to die. Like, let me do my shit, and I'm done. I don't want to be in this shit anymore. Like, for God's sake.
Hemsworth.
That guy's a Hemsworth. The guy that what's his name's with the whole time.
Stops.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the older one.
I really liked him, and he's actually in Thor Ragnarok. First, he plays Thor in the like mock show he's doing at the beginning.
That's Liam Hemsworth, isn't it?
No, that's him. That's not Liam Hemsworth.
Really?
Yeah, it's that Hemsworth and Matt Damon.
Okay.
Take my word for it now. Tell me if I'm wrong later.
Yeah. Okay.
But no, I think he was really good in it, and I love how Bernard's like, "Give me a sec, I'm gonna check this out."
I
and then,
forgot he was a host, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, he's a host at the end."
well,
of season
did they reveal
End
that
of
at the end of
season
season
two,
2?
yeah.
I don't know. I just think leaving the park lost
And
its
Hale
luster for me.
being a
Yeah.
host.
Well, Hale wasn't always. Which one's Hale again? Is she the one that is?
Tessa Thompson.
Yeah, she wasn't always a host.
No.
Yeah,
But
okay,
she is
yeah,
at the end of the
yeah,
season,
mhm.
and then it plays more into it.
Of course. Well, but isn't that just Dolores in her body that she printed?
Right.
Right. Yeah. Interesting. See, and even like I thought there was that part at the beginning with her, and she's like, "Why can't I be us?" Or maybe she says, "Why can't I be me?"
Right, because she's Dolores.
Yeah.
She can't be. Well, like I think it's really interesting how like some of them like seem to be cool with being Dolores
Or not like being being Dolores.
The Shogun World guy is like I guess pretty cool, down with it.
Yeah, no, I guess that's probably because they don't have families. I'd assume, right? So they don't have like like they just have to go like.
Right,
You know
like
what I mean?
Hale, like Dolores Hale is like literally playing another person's life out.
Whereas these other two guys are just like that guy probably doesn't have a wife, the bodyguard dude, and then like you just got the.
What did you think of Maeve this season? I feel like Maeve was kind of just
So
like
underserved.
right,
Like, just like what is she even doing here?
Yeah.
Why does she keep using a goddamn samurai sword?
I think it's cool.
I
Gotta
just-
have that aesthetic. It's like Metal Gear. Like why the fuck is there a ninja in this? Just
No,
you know, he's just there.
I know. I don't know. I just didn't like. There was a lot of like the fight scenes between her and Dolores were just so.
Oh, dude, that fight scene like in the desert where she gets her arm shot off, fucking awesome.
I thought it was okay. I don't know. I didn't think it was that. I thought. I thought that one scene I thought was really cool was the drone with the 50 cal. When she,
Yeah, that shoots her arm off.
That's her. Oh, well, no, I know, but there's like so there's the scene with that part, but there's another scene at the beginning where they're like
when she
infiltrating
takes
and
them
she
all
takes it all. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Overall, I just felt like it was fine. I wish I had more of an analytical.
I kind of agree with you. Like I feel like, I feel like the story was pretty not self-explanatory, but like it made sense.
Sure.
At the end, that like
No, it was
the reason
it was
Dolores,
coherent.
the
Yeah.
reason Dolores is doing all this is because essentially like she knows humanity can be better, and she's trying to like orchestrate that.
No, I'm curious as to because I don't feel like she thinks that way at the beginning of the season, or it doesn't read that way to me.
No, it doesn't.
I feel like it happens somewhere in the midst of the season, but that didn't click for me until she just straight up said, well, I think humanity can be nice. You know, like, I don't know. I wish I saw a more visceral switch there for me, or just one that made sense. Not that I'm saying it didn't make sense.
Yeah, it's
But
Westworld.
you know what I mean.
It's kind of hard to.
I did think
it's hard to just talk like, you know, this stuff is pretty smart plot.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to like just regurgitate it and be like,
I
understand all of this.
Sure. What about that Game of Thrones cameo?
That was cool.
I thought that was interesting, but fuck those guys. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I don't know. I thought there was some really shining stars in this for me.
It's got one more season in it.
Yeah.
That's it. And if it when they got renewed, but if they don't announce the final season of Westworld, I'm gonna be like,
all right, guys, let's relax.
Yeah.
And
like, it's not a long show. It's like 8 episodes. Like it's not like there's like any filler or anything like that. But like it is at its end. You know, if Watchmen can be one season and be that successful, then you know, I think you see the value in ending a show. Especially, I mean,
for sure.
Thrones, I guess that doesn't apply for.
No,
in a way.
Well, and it's funny because I do think like Watchmen and even Westworld season 1 have such a book end for me that, like, sure, you could explore what Dolores did after she killed all those people, but I think leaving it to my imagination to think about how she might have escaped or they might have put down a robot uprising or whatever is more interesting to me than where we're at now in the show, at least for me. I don't know. I wish I enjoyed it more, to be honest, because I do love that first season.
I didn't love it either.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think we're both kind of there.
I'm sure.
I don't think I just overthinked it.
No, I hear you.
You know, I took it for what it was, and I'm kind of moving on. I didn't really like think about it too much. Even
and
though
I guess again, I guess I just wouldn't have watched this to begin with. Like I said, if we didn't do this, so I guess I will overthink it just because I'm like, well, I didn't.
Right,
really want to give it the
I was
benefit of the
watching
doubt
it
in the first
as
place.
I was going and watching like, oh, like here's like some Easter eggs about like each episode, and then at the end, kind of getting the explainer and then moving on. Like once I was done it, I really wasn't thinking about it too much.
Yeah, and I guess I wasn't really. It was more
which kind of goes sometimes when like stuff isn't good. Like you watch it and you like it, and then you move on. And you don't really think about it afterwards.
I don't know, Gucci, are we missing anything else?
No, I think it's it.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching on twitch.tv/Delco Network Live. We really do appreciate that. You can find us on YouTube as well as most podcast services. Just search Delco Network. If you can drop us a review while you're at it, that'll be fantastic. It really helps us out. You can check out our social medias. We are at Delco Nerds on everything. All this information can be found on our website, DelcoNerdNetwork.com. For Gooch, I've been Trio. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay nerdy, and we will see you next time.